This week's Freak of the Week is the GOP, the Republican Party, for passing the big beautiful bill, the Big Bullshit bill. This bill does a lot. It cuts funding from so many vital social services throughout our country, but I wanted to highlight a few of the things that these budget cuts are going to do in my local community where I serve as a social worker. I went to college, I got my degree in social work. I'm working professionally in the field, so I'm on the ground and I see all the struggles that working class people go through every day. This bill is going to further disrupt so many people's lives. Lower income, working class people, is giving them the middle finger. Let's check this out. So Kent County is the county that Grand Rapids, Michigan is in. That's where I'm at. That's where I live. This is a press release from the Kent County Community Action. It's a pretty short letter, so I'm going to read most of it. And beware, this is devastating. Kent County Community Action urges Congress to reject proposed cuts to vital social services. This was put out last week. Kent County Community Action is urging members of Congress to reject proposed fiscal year 2026 budget cuts outlined in both the president's proposal and ongoing congressional negotiations that would eliminate or reduce funding for essential social service programs, supporting thousands of Kent County residents. And of course, we know this bill is going to impact people from all counties across the nation. I just wanted to focus on specifically what it's going to do here in Kent County because it impacts me, my work, it impacts the people I serve. Let's move on to what it actually does. The director of Kent County Community Action said, "These cuts, if enacted, would be devastating to the residents and families we serve. Removing these safety nets would leave a deep void in our community." Here are some of the most concerning provisions in Trump's fiscal year 2026 budget request. Elimination of the Community Services Block Grant. This funds most KCCA staff who assess needs, provide emergency assistance, and coordinate services that help low-income individuals and families achieve self-sufficiency. It eliminates the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, which would leave thousands of residents unable to pay utility bills and reduce access to weatherization services that keep homes safe and affordable. It reduces the Commodity Supplemental Food Program, threatening food support for low-income seniors aged 60 and older. Brilliant. Wonderful. It eliminates the Community Development Block Grant and Home Investment Partnerships Program, which fund critical infrastructure, affordable housing, home repairs, and public services in Kent County. So just in those changes alone, here's what's at stake. Thousands of seniors could lose access to monthly food boxes. These are seniors who are unable to work for various reasons. These are people who are likely only surviving on Social Security, which is not enough in 2025 to even pay for a one-bedroom apartment in the city. And Trump wants to take away their food. Wonderful. Emergency assistance and coordinated services that help low-income individuals and families achieve self-sufficiency could be eliminated. Dozens of affordable housing and home repair projects would be stalled or canceled. That's the biggest problem in Grand Rapids is affordable housing. Healthcare, access to healthy food, accessible public transportation. Those are some of the other issues as well, but it's really housing costs. And I know that's a nationwide problem, but here in Grand Rapids, oh God, it's so difficult. I've helped so many of my clients apply for Section 8, apply for the Salvation Army's housing programs, and those programs can get you into income-based housing, but the wait list right now is at minimum 1.5 to 2 years. That's insane. That's not sustainable at all. So in fiscal year 2024 alone, the KCCA served 24,558 families, distributed 113,157 boxes of nutritious food, completed 4 infrastructure projects, including roads, sidewalks, and parks. These essential services are all at risk if the proposed federal cuts move forward. Here are just a few of the many lives touched by the services now at risk. Miss Miller, a senior on a fixed income, turned to KCCA for help after loan payments for a roof repair caused her to fall behind on utility bills. KCCA helped her secure emergency relief, create a workable budget, and enroll in a reduced loan payment plan. Staff also identified ways to cut monthly expenses, including switching to free TV streaming and exploring a lower-cost car insurance plan, saving her over $400 a month. She is now enrolled in the KCCA CARES program and working toward financial stability. Joanne is a single mother of 5. She was juggling multiple jobs and barely making ends meet. KCCA helped her access housing support, complete a teaching certification, and ultimately secure a mortgage. Today, she's thriving in a stable career, and 2 of her children are now in college. That is thanks to this organization, the KCCA, whose funding is being threatened. Lisa, a widowed mother of 5, faced utility shutoffs after an injury, and surgery disrupted her income. KCCA provided her over $1,200 in assistance and connected her with child support resources, helping her stay warm, stable, and supported. This is a vital service. So many people with a bad stroke of luck can end up in a situation where they can no longer afford to live. When you live paycheck to paycheck, which 60% of Americans do, any unexpected car repair or hospital bill can put you at risk for being homeless or put you at risk for going into extreme debt. So unfortunately, because we don't have a broad, strong social safety net in this country, we have to rely on organizations like this. We have to rely on the KCCA here in Grand Rapids to help people who are disadvantaged and going through just really, really bad luck. James, a senior who once lived in a shelter, longed for privacy and independence. KCCA helped him apply for housing, secure funding for moving costs, and settle into an apartment on a bus line that meets his needs. I can't tell you how many times I've done that with my clients. The bus line in Grand Rapids, the Rapid, which is the public bus, recently, just last year, they cut off a large portion of the city that they no longer go to. And that impacted some of my clients who travel from that area to work every day on the bus. Today, James is stably housed, connected to friends, and finally able to invite family over for dinner and a game. Without the KCCA, we wouldn't have these success stories. This is pretty normal and expected. But the letter says Congress is expected to pass a continuing resolution, a CR, before October 1 to keep the government running for programs that have not yet received funding for 2026. Here is the call to action. So the KCCA is urging all residents to contact their representatives and urge them to protect these life-sustaining programs. So if by chance you live in West Michigan, if you're watching this video right now and you live in Grand Rapids, if you live in Kentwood, Wyoming, Jenison, Walker, Comstock Park, anywhere in Grand Rapids, here are your representatives: John Molinar, Hillary Skolton, and of course our senators Gary Peters and Alyssa Slotkin. Contact their office, please. Get their emails. Send their office an email right now, whether they're a Democrat or Republican, it doesn't matter. Tell them that this is utterly unacceptable. This is not sustainable. We are stripping away the backbone of our society, which is the social safety nets. And this letter doesn't even mention the 17 million people across the US that are going to be stripped of their Medicaid. Americans, 17 million of them, are going to lose their health care because of this bill. I don't know how many of those will be in Michigan, presumably tens of thousands, if not more. I would bet on tens of thousands of people in Grand Rapids losing their Medicaid, losing their health care because of this bill. Unacceptable, absolute trash governance, terrible policy, garbage, absolute freaks. All right, subscribe to me if you want to see more of this. Like the video if you found this informative. And yep, take care. Peace out.